So we added this gradient. I'm not totally happy with it yet though. I'm quite content with the colors, but by default that gradient goes from left to right. Now I'd like to have it go from the top left to the bottom right. And this is something that can be changed by adding more arguments to linear gradient. Besides setting the colors here, you can also set the begin and end settings, amongst other settings, with which you can of course also play around. Now begin wants a value of type alignment geometry, which can conveniently be set with help of the alignment object here. Now you can set this to x and y coordinates, or you don't use the parentheses here, but instead the dot notation here to access some predefined values again. And here you have many predefined values like center, center left, and so on. And you, for example, also have top left, which is where I want my gradient to begin. And I'll set the end argument to alignment bottom right. Also add a comma here for proper code formatting. With that, if we save this and make sure this is applied, the gradient now indeed goes from top left to bottom right. And in case you're wondering how I always know how to create the values that are wanted by end and begin, for example, so how I, for example, know about this alignment thing here with those predefined values, there are a couple of ways of finding out. For one, of course, you learn it in this course, and you will learn about many common, super important widgets and configuration objects and options throughout this course. So that's a great start. But in addition, if you must provide a value and you have no value yet, you can also always press Ctrl space to get some suggestions. And typically the first or second or third suggestion is already a suggestion that helps you, because this suggestion menu here is pretty smart. And here for setting the alignment, it even shows me these predefined alignments I could choose, like for example bottom right. So that's pretty good. But of course you can also always dive into the official documentation. For example, for searching for Flutter and then the name of the widget you're using. This will lead you to an article in the official documentation, and there you can also learn more about using this widget or this configuration object or whatever you have here. And you also often find some examples here, or a more detailed description of the constructor and the alignment geometry object. And then here, for example, you would get some hint about using the alignment thing, which we did actually use. So that's how you can learn more about this. But again, you will see many common widgets and configuration objects and options throughout this course.